Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new Tesla update video. So today let's quickly go over the market, see what happened and what we can expect moving forward. As usual, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's just jump right into it. I want to make this one a little bit short and sweet. Tesla ending the day down 3.5%, putting us at just shy of $241, right? So compared to the market itself, Tesla definitely underperforming today quite severely once again after the whole Twitter Elon drama again yesterday with him potentially having to sell more shares to fund the Twitter acquisition, which apparently is happening at $54.20 per share. So let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. So pretty interesting day. Pretty much the bear flag played out prematurely. I did warn you guys about that yesterday, that, there's a chance it might, and it did, right? It definitely did. It came up, we tested it, and it essentially failed, and then just pretty much crashed right underneath the bear flag. And I also mentioned, I think it was yesterday or the day before's video, how, in my opinion, I also wouldn't be surprised if we come as low as 233 and then potentially bounce off of there, which so far is exactly what's happening on the dots. Now, the reason I said 233, right, is because first of all, it's kind of like dead smack center of this whole area over here. That's number one, which to me tells me that that should be a good area of support. On top of that, at first glance, 233 might just seem like an insignificant number, but don't forget, if we were to put it back at the old stock price, essentially times it by 3, well, that's essentially sitting at $700 on the dot, more or less, right? So that's a pretty significant number just, psychologically, which is why it also acted as a support and resistance before. Psychologically, it's just, the 700 number, right? It's just usually how it works. So that's also a reason why this level was, fairly important in my opinion. I do honestly, personally believe, by the way, I do want to make this clear. Again, not financial advice. I could be completely wrong, but I actually strongly believe that there is a pretty okay chance. I would say even like a 60% chance potentially that we actually bounce off of here. And that potentially this is the current low for now. Again, I still think we will go lower. I want to make that also extremely clear because I ultimately do think we will go lower still. I don't think this is the low, but I think this is a low for now. And I think this October rally, which the market already started, and Tesla, is essentially still kind of playing catch up. It's a little bit behind still. I do think this is going to be the rally that's going to start happening. And I think Tesla will come up potentially to, maybe 260, again, maybe even as high as 270 is my, main levels I would personally be looking at for us to go up to, followed by a massive rejection, right? So if you can draw the Fibonacci from the swing high to the swing low, assuming this is the swing low, you can go ahead and see that the 0.382, the 0.5, and the 0.618, I would say are the main three you want to pay attention to, these three levels right here. So the first target, I guess, is 254, followed by 260, followed by almost 270. Those are the three targets I would personally be looking for. And I personally wouldn't be surprised if we do come up all the way up to about 270, maybe a run up into earnings. And then, of course, I think we will pretty much sell off from there, which is definitely a decent chance of happening. That's essentially what I am currently expecting. And I personally believe that this is going to be the current swing low. Again, I could be completely wrong. We can still potentially come down all the way to the 220s and touch the red line and then bounce. That is still a possibility. But, we are seeing some decent buying pressure here. You have this massive rectangle I drew, which shows a lot of support and demand, just a lot of trading happening around this range in general. You can see a nice massive long shadow wick at the bottom, which is great to see. You can also see a lot of buying pressure, kind of like a hammer candle arguably, which is a bullish reversal candle. Even though it's red, green would have been ideal, but red is not that bad in this case, specifically in my opinion, especially after such a massive downtrend. I mean, Tesla from this from the high to the low, the ultimate swing high to the low, essentially in just 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks of trading, just 2 weeks, pretty much came down 25%, which is a lot. So that's a disgusting amount of, that's a pretty massive drop, which is good though. I'm happy it finally happened because Tesla was just lagging the market way too hard and it was very suspicious. So the fact that this finally happened to me is a good thing. I like that. It makes me happy. I've entered bullish positions and I'm just kind of sitting and waiting, letting it play out. On top of that, you also see on the daily that the bullish divergence is potentially starting to form, which is another great sign. Why? Mainly because, of course, as Tesla came lower and more importantly, ended the day lower than these two levels, right? So for instance, this one right here, where the RSI dropped down to this kind of 30 level, the Tesla closed at 242. Here we close a little bit lower, but the RSI, is significantly, I want to say, maybe not significantly higher, but, a decent amount higher, very noticeably higher low, which is a good start. That is a good start, guys. I do like to see that. So the stock made a lower low while Tesla made a higher low on the RSI. Great start. I like to see that. That is a start of a bullish divergence, and it is essentially happening on almost every single time frame, which is another fantastic sign. So I'm a strong believer that this is a potential area of a bounce. Now, the worst case scenario, I personally, well, not worst case, but What I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, is, you know, a better way to put it, is to see a double bottom, like to come back down to this level one more time. This 233, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, come down, maybe make a double bottom, and then from there go out. But I personally believe that this 233 level, even if we come back to test it once again, should be the current low. And I do think we'll bounce off of that and start making our way to those upper levels above that I did mention, especially with the VIX now finally falling underneath these key levels and looking like it wants to take a breather. So that is essentially what I'm seeing, guys. Let me know what you think down below. A bit of a short and quick video because I gotta go do something right now, but let me know what you think. Thank you all so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Peace.